Do you know what it feels like to be lost? Not the kind of lost where you don't know where you're going. I mean the kind where you don't know who you are anymore. Where every decision you've ever made feels like a mistake. Where every voice around you tells you who you should be. And none of them sound like you. Zuko knew that feeling, not as a story, not as a character, but as a reality. He wasn't born broken. He wasn't born angry. He wasn't born chasing approval. He became that way. Because somewhere along the way, someone made him believe that love had to be earned, that he wasn't enough as he was. And maybe that's where you see yourself in him. Because how many times have you tried to prove your worth to your parents, to your friends, to the world, maybe even to yourself? You worked harder. You stayed silent when it hurt. You tried to become someone else, just to be accepted. And still, it didn't feel like enough. That's the tragedy Zuko lived with. He thought if he captured the Avatar, if he restored his honor, if he became what his father wanted, then maybe, just maybe, he would finally feel whole. But here's the truth. No one tells you. You can chase approval your entire life and still feel empty when you catch it. Because the problem was never the world. It was the voice inside him that said, "You're not worthy unless you prove it." And that voice is dangerous. It pushes you to become someone you don't recognize. It makes you betray your own values. It convinces you that your pain is weakness, when in reality, it's the most honest part of you. Zuko wasn't just fighting the world, he was fighting himself. Every step forward felt wrong. Every step back felt worse. And that's what growth actually looks like. Not clarity, not confidence, but confusion, doubt, regret. The kind that keeps you awake at night wondering, am I becoming someone I hate? There's a moment in Zuko's journey where everything should have felt right. He had what he thought he wanted: status, approval, recognition. But instead of peace, he felt heavier. Because deep down he knew he had betrayed the only person he couldn't lie to anymore: himself. And maybe you've felt that too. That moment when you finally get what you thought you wanted and realize it doesn't fix anything. Because the emptiness wasn't outside, it was within. That's the turning point. Not when everything falls apart, but when you finally see the truth. Zuko didn't change because it was easy. He changed because staying the same hurt more. Let that sink in. He had to face the fact that he was wrong, that everything he believed, everything he chased, was built on fear. Fear of rejection. Fear of not being enough. Fear of being alone. And walking away from that. That's one of the hardest things a person can do. Because it means letting go of the identity you've held onto for so long. Even if that identity is hurting you. Even if it's destroying you. Zuko chose to change. Not perfectly, not instantly, but honestly. He stumbled. He doubted. He struggled to trust himself again. Because when you've spent so long pretending, it's hard to remember what's real. But step by step, he started listening to a different voice. Not the one filled with anger. Not the one craving approval, but the quiet one. The one that said, "This isn't who you are." And maybe you have that voice too. It's just buried. Under expectations, under fear, under years of trying to be someone else. But it's still there, and it's waiting for you to listen. Zuko's story isn't about redemption. It's about identity. About the courage to ask yourself, who am I when no one else is watching? Who am I without their expectations? Who do I want to become? Because at the end of the day, you don't find yourself. You choose yourself. Over and over again. Even when it's uncomfortable. Even when it's lonely. Even when it feels like everything is falling apart. Zuko didn't become strong when he learned to fight. He became strong when he learned to let go. Of anger, of validation, of the past that was holding him hostage. And that's your battle too. Not against the world, but against the version of yourself that believes you're not enough. So if you feel lost right now, if you feel like you've made too many mistakes, if you feel like you've gone too far to turn back, listen carefully. You are not your past. You are not your worst decision. You are not the person you were when you didn't know better. Zuko proved that, not by being perfect, but by choosing to be better. Again, and again, and again. So maybe the question isn't, can I change? Maybe the real question is, am I ready to be honest with myself? Because that's where it starts. Not with a big moment, not with a dramatic transformation, but with a quiet decision. I don't want to live like this anymore. And from that moment, everything begins to shift. Slowly, painfully, but truly. Just like Zuko, and just like you.